What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Bird Dog, and I just completely stole that from Dante. So, yeah. Guys, there is no other way to start this video off today. I'm livid, guys. Like, I'm so frustrated that you've read the title, okay? So, like, I'm at the point right now that I don't know if I want to do eBay no more. And that's a big thing for me to say. I've been doing eBay now for since 2010. I've been doing eBay. And guys, if you're new to this channel, my name's Chase. I go by Bird Dog. I try to come out here and give you guys tools and resources to how to make money, make passive income, and how to just change your mindset and grow moving forward. This video is not gonna be one of those videos. This is gonna be a rant video. This is me getting this off my chest, and this is me exposing this to the world in a way that needs to be exposed. I have been an eBay fanboy since early 2010. I started in high school flipping iPhone digitizers. That was back when, you had the iPhone 3, the iPhone 4, and flipping 32-pin iPhone chargers. For those that are young enough not to remember this thing, this is the same charger, and I've kept this as a memento. This is what I started selling. I would buy these things from Alibaba, hundreds of them at a time, and I'd sell them on eBay, and it was profitable. Like as a high school student, like, my parents thought I was weird, but this was making me money, and I didn't really stick with it. Okay, I went on to join the military, get out, and go into law enforcement. Here's the thing. So I've made thousands of dollars on eBay. Last year, we decided that it was time to switch from a sole proprietor into an LLC/S Corp. And, it's tax season, so that's an issue right now. Well, we decided that, we wanted to make the business a little bit more legitimate. We had a business model, we had a plan that we wanted to pivot and move into. Then things like this happen. And when things like this happen, it leaves such a taste in your mouth, you really don't know how to move forward. And in a gist, what has happened is we were scammed. We were scammed for an amount close to $1,000. And, Daddy eBay didn't back me up. And, I've always been the fanboy that says, hey, listen, eBay will always support its buyers. It needs to build trust in the buying community so buyers come to our platform and purchase our items. A lot of people get a little selfish and they think that eBay should just bend over for us and as a seller, and that's just not the case. I mean, yes, we are the boots on the ground. We're what makes eBay tick, and without our items, our products, eBay really doesn't have a business model, right? But all things aside, eBay's gonna typically back up the buyer. Now, I've never been in a situation, and me and a good friend of mine, Rachel Strickland, were just talking about this. Guys, if you're not subscribed to her, you need to go subscribe. She's an amazing channel. She gives an amazing amount of information, and yeah, it's shout out to Rachel. But we were talking about this, like, there's gonna come a time where Daddy eBay is not gonna back me. And we've came up on that. And unfortunately, the way they did not back me is what's left a salty taste in my mouth. At the end of the day, business is business, and I understand that. So this is what happened. I had a buyer purchasing a MacBook Air from us, sealed, brand new in the box. We did UPS confirmation, signature, all that, insurance, you name it. The item arrived November 18th. It's either 18th or the 19th. It was a Friday. You could pull your calendars up. The item arrived. Buyer got said item. Buyer signed for said item. 3 days go by, and the buyer reaches out to us and says, hey, listen, our item didn't arrive. It was an empty box. So I'm like, okay, there's 1,000 things that happen. This is holiday time. UPS driver could have stole the item out of the box. I don't know, man. I'm gonna give the buyer the benefit of the doubt. So I asked the buyers, so what exactly, did the sealed manufactured box from Apple, was that empty? Like, because at that point in time, I have no control over that. Like, that would have been some crazy stuff, like 1 in a million, right? That's not what happened. Buyer never reached out back to us. They ghosted us from that point on. So I reach out to eBay and it's like, hey, listen, I'm trying to reach out to this buyer and they're not responding back. And so like what should I do? And then, eBay at this point saying, hey, listen, wait 5 business days. The buyer has 5 business days to support their claim that they received an empty item. Well, here's the issue. eBay said that they were going to reach out to the buyer via email, letting them know what they needed to do. And 2 hours later, the buyer submitted a police report. And so I'm like, oh, crap, man. Like, who stole this? Like, this is now legit. Like, someone went and got a police report, right? In good faith, no one's thinking that at this point, the buyer is scamming me. And so eBay automatically dismisses the case in the buyer's favor. They supported their claim with documentation. All right, so I'm like, okay, well, my background is law enforcement. Things are going off in my head like, 2 hours after something's not adding up. 2 hours after getting off the phone with eBay, the buyer has a police report. Like, something's not adding up. And I know eBay could not give me access to that police report. So I said the next thing is it's a Freedom of Information Act. It's public knowledge, public information. So I could just call the agency and get a copy of it and see what's going on, because I want to see this through. Like, I've been robbed. They've been robbed, I've been robbed. Now they've gotten their money back, right? So I look up their address and see that they live within the city limits. Well, if you live within the city limits, the county's not going to come do your police report, and the city's not going to go to the county to do your police report. Okay, so that solidified that information right there for me. So went and called a specific agency. I'm not going to give names because at the end of this video, I've got a little kicker, and you're going to want to stick around for it. So I called the agency and I talked to a few people and pull up the name of the buyer, we pull up the address, we pull up everything. We can see a long history of some fun criminal activities. Fraud, fake checks, domestic violence issues, drug-related issues, just the list goes on, right? The criminals are not smart. They think they are, but they're not. At this point in time, I'm talking to an investigator and they're like, dude, no one's done an incident report at that address since like at least 6-7 months ago. And the last thing it was a domestic that was called on by the neighbors. They're like, at this point, I'm mad. I'm like, well, dude, they've submitted a police report to eBay, and eBay, I guess, just said, hey, in good faith, that if someone's willing to submit some kind of documentation, that it must be true. I mean, I can show you right now in Photoshop how to make a fake police report. I mean, it doesn't take the smartest individual to make a fake, people do it all the time with damn, excuses for work. And so it's just like, my mind's not trying to go there. I really want to genuinely think that people are good. Like, I really want to think people, have a love for one another. And, it's not often that I'm wrong. So, like, I'm talking to the investigator and I'm like, okay, well, cool. Let me reach out to eBay and let them know what's going on. So we open an appeals with eBay. And eBay says, okay, cool, we've gotten your information. We'll look into it and we'll reach out to you. Well, less than 24 hours, they reached out to me and said that the appeal's been declined in the buyer's favor per the police report. So I'm like, at this point, like, what are you talking about? And I also find out during this next call that this buyer's account had only been open 2 weeks prior to making the purchase they made. So you don't really open an account on eBay and go spend $1,000, okay? I love the people who do. Sometimes that's what really drives them to our websites or drives them to our platform. But in this case, they knew what they were doing. They were pumping and dumping an account. And by the way, I've been monitoring this account because eBay is not doing absolutely crap. And I'm the only purchase they've ever made. Well, let's fast forward. So at this point, I'm getting mad. I'm like, I'm proving to you guys that if you call this agency and confirm this incident number that should be on the police report that you guys have, you will find that this incident number is fraudulent. This is a fake incident number or if they copied an incident number from a previous case, then if you call and ask information about that, then they could tell you it's a domestic. It has nothing to do with fraud or stolen packages. So here's where the fun gets even funner. So I reached back out to eBay, and again, I'm like, what can I do? Like, I mean, I've been, you guys tell me every time I answer that thank you for your commitment, yada, yada, yada. This account's been open for X amount of years. And by the way, I have 4 accounts and I've been selling since 2010. Okay, so like, where does that math equate to this is a loyal seller, right? Like, when does the math equate to we should probably not, and by the way, like we did 6 figures last year, right? So we were very vocal on our Instagram page. If you'll go down right here to Dreaming on a Budget with a number 1 at the end, go follow us on Instagram. We actually post what we make. We have one account that we're very vocal. We took that one account in 90 days and took it up to 25,000, okay? And gross. And so it's possible, like you can really jumpstart an eBay account and really make some extra money and potentially one day build onto your business to have rental properties and leave and quit your day job. That's our goal. And so you see, I'm in an office now. Like, I mean, like the dream is very much alive. Well, I reach out to eBay, tell them all this fun stuff, and I'm getting mad. Like, I've talked to a fraud department, I've talked to appeals, I've talked to seller protection, and I'm being told at this point, hey, listen, you're actually probably gonna be approved for a one-time courtesy pay, and we're just gonna refund you the money. You're a loyal customer, a loyal business partner in this space, and like, we're gonna do you right. And so at this point, like, I've relaxed. Like, I'm like, thank you. Like, that's a lot of money. Thank you. They said, they kept giving me this jargon of 7 to 10 business days. So I was like, okay, cool, I get it. And by the way, it's near Christmas, so it's near the holidays, a lot of crap's going on. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait. And so I waited and waited and waited and never seen, anything hit my managed payments, never seen any money hit my PayPal. So I reached back out to eBay and I'm like, hey, this has been past 7 or 10 business days. It's been like 2 weeks. What's going on? Can I get an update? The big thing is with eBay, every time you get someone, anytime you call the eBay number or have eBay call you, you're gonna get a different rep. So you have to re-explain everything to that rep, and you have to do it over and over and over. You can't get mad at the first rep, and understand they're gonna give you some BS drop-down box, generic, like, approach to everything, and that's what usually gets me frustrated. At that point, that's usually what's like, okay, like, yo, can you just get me to who I need to speak with? And you try to do that without being mean or rude, because it's not them, it's just the only things, you'll find some that say, oh, I can't transfer you to appeals, or I can't transfer you to seller protection, but then you hang up, call back, and that person can. So it's like, that's what you have to do sometimes. So like, it becomes frustrating. Well, I'm being told that I'm gonna get this one-time complimentary, reimbursement that never comes. And so I call back and they're like, yo, we need your PayPal information because we see you don't have PayPal on this account. And because it was always managed payments. And so I give them that information. They tell me, hey, listen, it's a large amount of money. It's gonna take 7 to 10 business days, you'll get paid. Cool, I get off the phone happy. I'm like, that's all it was. It was just it was a glitch in the system, in the matrix. We're gonna get paid. We're good. God is good, right? Always. Anyway, so time goes on. I call back 2 weeks later, maybe 2.5 weeks later. Same issue. I haven't got paid. Well, at this point, I'm getting the runaround, and I'm like, can I talk to someone in appeals? Can I talk to someone in seller protection? Like, who? Like, I need to speak to someone, guys. Like, it's like now talking January, and I've yet to see any money drop into my account. And at this point, the finger's being pointed back at me, and it's like, like at one point they were like, yeah, we see it's been put in for something called manual correction, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's a one-time, it's a complimentary pay. It's a manual correction. Well, here's the issue. It was declined because there was a police report.
Where are the turtles? Where are they?
I've got a police report. I'll spill the nuggets. We are coming after you, okay? We are going to take you to jail, okay? I'm still sworn in this state, so I may even be the one to put cuffs on you. I don't know if it'd be conflict of interest, so we'll probably stay out of it. But I've got videos coming after this one. We've got a 3-part series that is going to drop, and it's gonna show you as a seller how to prosecute scammers and fraudulent buyers. And so this has become such an issue on this platform that even big folks like Allie and Ryan Roots, down from Rally Roots. You go follow them as well. You know, have been scammed from college kids on high-end t-shirts. In this case, law enforcement failed to do their job on this one. And I expressed this to Ryan as well, and he knows exactly what I'm saying, is that basically, in this case, if you don't go watch that video, you need to. But in his video, he had a buyer from California purchase a t-shirt and then say that size didn't work or something, and then he tried to return the shirt, but he returned an empty package that he goofed up and photoshopped a shipping label. That way it would show that it was shipped and delivered, but it wasn't shipped and delivered to the correct address. And so Ryan, you know, couple weeks go by, whatever, and they're on Instagram and they're like seeing their shirts. Well, if you know the vintage space, it's almost like you just know, like you know what your product is. And I think this time the tag had like a specific cut or some kind of defect that just signified even more that this was their property that they had sold. They reach out, they find the address of this dude, and they realize he lives on a campus. So they reach out to the campus police, and the campus police says, oh, there's really nothing we can do because you've already been reimbursed by eBay. That is wrong. I know I just put out a lot of words. It's simply put, if eBay was to still pay me $977, whatever it was, right? There's still a crime that had been committed. That doesn't take away the fact that I was a victim of a crime just because I was given reimbursement for that crime that was committed upon me. Okay? So the crime was committed, and that's where the issue comes into. So I'm gonna show you guys in the 3-part video how to go after somebody who's wronged you on selling online. So hopefully that piques you guys' interest. Now back to the part of this video that's really got me just frustrated. So I've been told multiple times that I'm gonna be reimbursed, and I haven't been reimbursed. And then I finally get to the end of the barrel, and now I'm being told that no manual correction has been declined because the buyer had a police report. The same police report that I've already told you guys multiple times was fraudulent. So eBay's not doing their job or due diligence to follow up. So now you've created an atmosphere of I can go scam buyers and make a police report, and eBay's just gonna back me up. It's a big issue because, you know, there's a letterhead, there's a phone number, there's a case number on every police report, right? And all you have to do is pick up the phone and call and get information pertaining to that police report, and you'll know whether or not the document is true and accurate. And so at this point, now I don't even know if I want to do business with eBay. Here's why. We've done 6 figures last year, well over 6 figures, and eBay is 33% of our income, okay? The fun part of this is, you know, we looked at how many fees and what we paid into eBay last year's tax season. We have to know all this. Should I let $1,000, and I know you guys will hit me in the comments with this, should I let $1,000 break the business that I've created as far as eBay? Or should eBay do right by its sellers? Because listen, there's apps out there, Macari, Poshmark, OfferUp, whatnot, Facebook Marketplace. It works, and that's why we all use it. You know, it's been around, it's one of the oldest stomping grounds to go sell on. At least in my little bit of knowledge, okay? Depop. I mean, listen, now I'm at the point where, you know, as a business partner for eBay, and that's how I look at this, you promised me a one-time complimentary payment. You continue to push the can, and then when it gets to the end of the barrel, you tell me, hey, you need to file through UPS, and you need to go through insurance, and you need to do this and that. And then I go through UPS, and UPS says, no, they did their job. It was weighted, it was signed for, you know, the whole gambit. I left this out was that the person who signed for this item put their real name that was associated to this address that this agency knew and was able to connect the dots and say, no, that's the name that you've gotten has been used as an alias before, which really seals the deal. So if you are watching this, and this is why it's took me so long to put this video out, if you are watching this, you better, I hope you're sleeping good at night, because it won't be long. You can't go through life thinking that you can do other people wrong because they have items like Max on their eBay store. That doesn't make me the super rich. If you want to be some Robin Hood, you know, whatever. Like, I mean, I'm still a business owner. Like, I've still got a family to feed, and I've still got bills to pay. And so it's like people get in this victim mindset, and they fail to realize that they forget that people are people, and like we're all going through issues. I can make $1 million tomorrow, and that doesn't mean my grandmother won't pass away and devastate my life, right? So money does not make you happy. eBay has done us wrong. And, you know, they could have just said from the beginning, hey, listen, it's out of our hands, but they kept pushing me along, giving me false hope, false promises, me telling other people I have money coming for inventory, and then that having to be pushed back. It put me in a situation that I did not like to be in. And so now I'm in a situation where I am liquidating all 4 of my accounts, and we're leaving eBay. We're leaving eBay. Maybe I should have started with an anchor store, because I heard that it gives you a concierge. That way you have one person to talk to, and that person will know your situation. And every time you call, you're going to talk to that one person, and you'll have a one-on-one relationship with eBay. I didn't have that. And you know, if I'd have paid for and that's $300 a month, by the way, for the anchor store. And so, like, would that have been worth it? Maybe, because it would have saved me $977, you know, or over that, close to $1,000. And I can write this off. There's so many avenues that I can do that keep kicking me in the keep kicking me in the butt, saying, you know, Chase, you can't let this one incident define your online selling experience. But the issue at hand is principle. When a grown man, and I'm looking at eBay, okay, or woman, or whatever, tells you that they're going to give you a one-time courtesy payment or refund or credit or whatever, and they don't follow through on it because they're big corporate and they can do what they want, stomp where they stomp, I ain't got time for you, bro, because at the end of the day, I can go to these other platforms, and this is where you're gonna fail. This is where you're gonna fail, because you continue to burn sellers. And I've always been the one to back you guys up online, like always. And like, you know, those same sellers will eventually come back around and go, hey, listen, I know we talk a lot of smack about eBay, but this is the platform that allowed us to go free, you know, go leave our 9 to 5. Well, honey boo boo, okay. eBay is not passive income. eBay may make you money when you sleep, but I promise you, if you let eBay sit dormant for 90 days or for a month or for 2 weeks, your sales will decrease. It's not making you money in your sleep. It's making you money because you're putting work and effort in, okay? So at the end of the day, if I end up leaving eBay, I'm gonna find another way to make money online. And eBay needs to understand that they cannot continue to give false promises and push sellers around and think that they can increase seller fees. And when you try to appeal defects, or you got crazy Karens out there leaving negative feedback or whatever may happen, you know, eBay is setting themselves up, and I just don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. And I don't, at the end of the day, as a principal, as someone who prides themselves with loyalty, you know, and to the point where my loyalty will outweigh my common sense, I've got to put my foot down. So I would love to know what you guys have to say in the comment section below. You know, Chase, $1,000 not worth losing, you know, 33% of your income. Chase, write off somewhere. Chase, whatever. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. You got to dog me out. Dog me out. I want to hear your point of views. And but I also want you guys to have knowledge on how to move forward. And I want you guys to know, as sellers, that you can prosecute buyers. And there is an appropriate route to do so, and that justice can be seen. You're doing it not just for yourself and your incident, your situation. You're doing it for the victims in the future. And that's where I'm working at right now, is that this buyer has done this to me, but they have a long history of doing this to others, and it's gonna stop. And I mean, if he or she gets to court and you know, they play the pity party and the court system fails, well then again, that's our legal system, that's the court system doing it. They want to put back on the street, and I'm gonna say it just like that, they can. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below. Please, if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. Like this video, increase the algorithm, share this online. Stay tuned for the next video that comes out, because it's gonna show you guys how to officially prosecute, how to take the appropriate legal measures to go after a buyer who's committed fraud or who has scammed you online. Peace, guys. I love all of you. Bye.